Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking gentle, affordable, effective Korean skincare products. Now, you know I have sensitive skin, so that definitely means I am always on the hunt for gentle products, but that doesn't mean that these products don't work. I am always looking for efficacious, effective formulas on a budget. And that's where iUNIK comes in. This is one of my favorite K-beauty brands for many years going back because they do everything that I just said. So today's video is sponsored by iUNIK. I want to share with you 7 of my longtime and some new favorite products for them that my sensitive skin loves. So if you're so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump right in. So let's start with the Beta Glucan Power Moisture Serum from iUNIK. Now this is one of my favorite products from them going back many years, and really the product that made me fall in love with this brand and really this ingredient. Now this serum is all about calming, soothing, and strengthening sensitive skin. It's going to be suitable for all skin types. Now beta glucan, there's 40% in here, and this is really a hero ingredient. It is derived from mushrooms or yeast, sometimes oats, and beta glucan is such a great skin strengthening ingredient. It has wonderful antioxidant properties. It has great polysaccharide content. It is a really wonderful hydrating ingredient, but it also helps to strengthen your skin barrier and help to calm irritated skin over time. Now, beta glucan is a really interesting ingredient too because it does have some properties like hyaluronic acid. It definitely helps to get your skin really nice and plump. And part of the way that it does that is the molecule of beta glucan is really good at diving deeper into the skin, which is actually something hyaluronic acid isn't always able to do, but it can kind of get down to the middle part of your skin, the dermis, and really help to plump the skin there and hydrate it. And that's where beta glucan is actually really helpful at helping to smooth out and plump fine lines and wrinkles. In this serum, beta glucan is paired with adenosine. Now, this is another ingredient that doesn't get as much love as it really should. This is a cell communicating ingredient. Now, these are really important because these can really gives you major benefits, noticeable, meaningful benefits on your skin. Adenosine is really great for soothing irritation. It helps to strengthen your skin barrier, something everybody with sensitive skin I feel like is always kind of chasing a little bit because you know that barrier is all about strong, healthy skin. So adenosine is great for your barrier. It's a great antioxidant, wound healing abilities, but it also is great for skin elasticity and firmness. I really like the texture of this too because, you know, if we're thinking about beta glucan as a great hydrating, plumping ingredient, the texture is spot on for that. We've got this gel-like consistency that really feels very refreshing on the skin. It's got really nice absorbency. You get that hydration effect. You get that plump, juicy skin effect. And then there's just this little bit of balance to this. It's not rich, it's not greasy, it's not heavy, but there's just a little bit of balance that feels really good, especially when your skin is ailing. A little bit of that balance, a little bit of that comfort feels good. It just doesn't come in a heavy or greasy package. This is really one of my longtime favorites from iUNIK, and this is actually one of the serums I leaned on so heavily a couple of years ago. You may remember when I was discovering my sensitivity to essential oils in my skincare, and I was slowly getting all of that out of my routine and helping to strengthen up my really irritated, inflamed skin. This was one of the serums that I was using during that recovery period, and that's when I really fell in love with it because, like I said, it may seem unassuming, but there's actually a lot of power in this product. There is a lot of skin soothing and skin strengthening going on in this really nice texture. So yeah, it's definitely close to my heart, and it is really one of my favorites from the brand. Next, let's talk about the Beta Glucan Daily Moisture Cream. Now, this has a lot of the similar benefits to the serum. This is like the sister product to the serum. So you can expect a lot of hydration, a lot of skin strengthening, a lot of soothing on the skin. And this is a moisturizer that I think is going to be really great if you have an oily skin type, a normal skin type, maybe all the way up to like combination skin. It's got this really nice, airy, light pleasing texture to it with a lot of hydration. Now the formula is pretty much similar here to the serum. We have all those same benefits going on, but there is some additional soothing with centella. There's also some niacinamide in here and licorice root, which is a very wonderful anti-inflammation soothing ingredient that's found often in K-beauty products. The hydration factor is upped here too with the addition of hyaluronic acid. We also have arginine, which is a great amino acid that supports your skin's natural hydration process, and then betaine, another great humectant ingredient. And so you can see with all of these additional humectants alongside the beta glucan, we get this texture that is, you can see the hydration in it. You can tell it's going to have that like plumping factor just by looks alone. It's almost like a gel cream type of texture. As you work it onto your skin, you get that really refreshing feel of hydration. It feels awesome. You know, those like types of moisturizers that you love to go towards in summertime when it's hot and humid. You love those moisturizers that just burst refreshing hydration on your skin. That's exactly what this is. So you get that burst with just the lightest amount of moisture here, just a little bit of balance, much like the serum, and not a ton of occlusivity, but you will get really, really plump, really, really juicy skin. And yeah, again, this is something like for hot weather, my skin loves moisturizers just like this. If you don't like heavy layers, if you crave really breathable, airy types of moisturizers with really great ingredients, this is going to be perfect for you. Next is a newer pick from iUNIK. This is the Centella Calming Daily Sunscreen. This is an all new generation chemical sunscreen offering SPF 50 plus PA plus 4 protection. The filters here are Uvinyl A plus, Uvinyl T150, Tinosorb M, and Polysilicone 15. Now I'm going to recommend this for the majority of skin types. This does have a little bit of a dewy finish, so that's important to know, but generally it is not a heavy or greasy sunscreen. Something I really like about this formula outside of the filters, you know, it's offering great protection and being gentle on my skin, is the fact that they're not using drying forms of alcohol. There's no essential oils in this formula, and there's no artificial fragrance in here either. And those three, again, there's no rules really with sensitive skin, but there are, you know, some generalizations, and usually those three are the ones that will start to flare up sensitive skin. So it's always good to see those not in the sunscreen. I really like the texture here because it's very essence-like. It's got that airy hydration quality to it. You know, they are using the centella extract, but they've also infused some beta glucan into the formula, and we've already covered how hydrating that is. And I think that's really reflected here in the texture because we've got that airy, really light, hydrating, almost lotiony type feel to this sunscreen. It spreads amazingly. It has a really nice absorbency and a good settle and dry time on the skin. I don't feel like this is sitting on top of my skin at all. It really just settles in very nicely. If I had to be super duper picky, I would say there's maybe a whisper of a white cast to this, and this is me being picky. I have noticed with Tinosorb M specifically, there is a little bit more of a white cast to this filter than other chemical filters. I mean, you can still get a white cast with chemical sunscreens. Just the tiniest bit I notice on my skin. It does seem to settle after about 5 minutes or so on my skin tone, but of course, if you're blessed with more melanin, it's going to be slightly more obvious, but we're not anywhere near mineral sunscreen territory. You know what I mean? We're not talking gray casts or like full on like ghost face, you know what I mean? So it's very, very minimal. It's hardly noticeable. And I do feel like it does actually, once that sunscreen fully is settling into the skin, creating that protective film, that white cast absolutely lessens when that process occurs. But this is so comfortable. So comfortable. It is not greasy. I don't feel it shifting around on my skin, which is something I really dislike about sunscreens. They can sometimes feel like they're just like all over my face and just like this greasy layer. This absolutely feels like a skincare layer on the skin. Next, let's talk about the Noni Light Oil Serum. Now, right up there with beta glucan, this is one of my longtime favorites from the brand. And this is like a very surprising product because really this serum brings all the benefits of a facial oil: moisturization, nourishment, comfort to the skin without any of the drawbacks. It's not heavy, it's not greasy. It is actually incredibly light on the skin. Now, I think think that this is going to be best for normal skin, combination skin, dry skin, but you know, it is so light and airy on the skin that if you have an oily skin type, but you know you benefit from a little bit of moisture, like light nourishment in your routine, this actually could be a great product for you. But let me tell you about the ingredients here because it really blows my mind. There's actually 9 different oils in this serum. We have rose hip oil, macadamia seed oil, coconut, jojoba, sunflower, canola, olive oil. We have meadow foam seed oil in here and also argan. Now that is not only a lot of oils, it's a lot of different weights of oil. Some are a little bit lighter, some are a little bit heftier on the skin, but you would never know it looking at this texture. Like, this serum blows my mind. I really admire how they've balanced and formulated everything because we get this really beautiful emulsion type of texture. You can tell there's hydration in this formula. It's very runny, but then there is this little bit of like an emulsion moisturization element. As you get this onto your skin, you're going to first feel that refreshing hydration. There's humectants in here, and then you just get this really beautiful light moisture, this light nourishment, a very light richness to this that feels really balancing, very comforting, but not thick. And this is, again, something that I used many years ago when I was recovering from a really bad reaction to essential oils that left my skin sensitized and irritated for quite a long time. Honestly, it took me a bit of time to recover from that. And this is one of the products that was offering a really nice amount of moisture, which always feels really comforting when my skin is irritated and itchy. Moisture really helps. But during that time, it was actually like the middle of summer. It's super hot. It was really, really humid. I was really sweaty all the time, and I wasn't necessarily keen to put on really thick oils on my skin. And so this was a really nice replacement for that during that time. It was something that really helped to nourish my skin but not weigh it down or clog up my pores or just be too heavy for that environment and that point in time, right? So I really like this. I'm so glad that like this is still around because it's a product I don't see get a lot of love or attention. And I absolutely think that it should because it is really something different. It is something quite unique. And I really think that iUNIK nailed this formula. Next, let's talk about the Black Snail Restore Serum. Now, if the Noni Light Oil Serum is like an undiscovered gem, this is probably one of the most popular products from iUNIK. And there's a really good reason for it. It is so dang good. Now, this is a serum that is definitely going to hydrate and plump your skin as you would expect Snail to do, but it's also something that helps to strengthen your skin barrier. It brings a lot of nutrition, what I call, to this skin. It's definitely a skin healthy focused serum, and it is something that can help you with your well-aging journey too. Now, I do recommend this for all skin types. I think it has a really pleasing texture, but in the scheme of all of the Snail serums and essences out there that you might be familiar with, this does seem to have a little bit more of a balance to it, just the way that it's been formulated, but I don't find it to be heavy or overly rich at all. But just so you know, there's a little bit more of a balance to this serum. So we have 70% of snail secretion filtrate, which is a really wonderful ingredient that is so multi benefits. That's why I say I really recommend this for everybody because there is something in here for everybody. Snail is a wonderful hydrating ingredient. It's very soothing. It has wonderful wound healing abilities, which make it a great choice for sensitive skin, especially if your skin is feeling very irritated at the moment. Snail is very soothing, but it is also a really great ingredient if you are acne prone and have sensitive skin because it has anti-inflammation properties, it has antibacterial properties, and that wound healing ability. Not only is it great for irritated, vulnerable skin, but it's actually really great if you are suffering with some active acne on your skin too. It can really help to soothe and heal up and facilitate the healing of those pimples. That wound healing ability does actually make it a really great well-aging ingredient too. Beyond just the what I call skin nutrition, the vitamins, the minerals, all the great things that are contained within snail that are fantastic for our skin, like copper peptide. Natural copper peptide is contained in snail secretion. So you can see how it's just great for your skin health and how it's going to make your skin glow. But the wound healing ability of snail actually makes it wonderful for photo damaged skin. It makes it really great for fine lines and wrinkles. It is an ingredient that has demonstrated its its ability to help protect and maintain the collagen structure and help to prevent damage. Now, the collagen structure, that is what keeps your skin firm and lifted, right? And when it does become damaged from things like the sun, that's when fine lines and wrinkles occur. We do tend to focus a lot on collagen stimulation when it comes to well aging, creating more collagen, but it is also important to build in ingredients like Snail that help to maintain the collagen structure you already have. It's a very preventative type of ingredient to build into your routine. So the texture here is a loose, runny, almost watery type of gel texture. There's such a good amount of hydration in here. Snail always just feels so refreshing on the skin. There's really nice burst of hydration with this. And as I mentioned, just a little bit more balance to this serum, maybe just a touch more moisture than some of the other Snail products that you might have tried, but it's not heavy. It's not overwhelming. It actually just feels really good if your skin is sensitive. It just feels really, really nice. Now, there is no stickiness to this. There's no tackiness, and there's not even a lot of like snaily stringiness to this texture at all. So I find that like really pleasing, and it's just a great serum. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I mean, I really went over so many benefits that you get with this serum, and that's really where the serum lies for me. I mean, it is really just one of those like reliable serums you can reach for every single day, multiple times a day, and you know you're getting benefits. You know you're doing something good for your skin. You know you're giving it that shot of nutrition and hydration and all of that wonderful preventative well-aging benefit with this serum, but it's just so gentle. And it is just a texture that's going to work year-round. Like I said, majority of skin types are going to enjoy it. It's kind of just like a sure thing, you know what I mean? And that's why I really like Snail, and that's kind of how I build it into my routine. It's just that reliable go-to. When I'm feeling overwhelmed by skincare, I don't know what to do, I pick up something like Snail because I know that it's doing my skin good things. So let's talk about the iUNIK Black Snail Restore Cream, which is like the sister moisturizer to the serum. Now, this is going to be a little bit more appropriate for combination and dry skin because it does have a slightly thicker moisturizer texture, and it really helps to balance out the skin without feeling really overwhelming or greasy. Now, we do have a couple of oils added in here like jojoba and camellia seed oil. We also have some shea butter and some beeswax that offer a little bit of occlusivity alongside of the main ingredients that we saw in the serum. And I love this texture. You know, this moisturizer has been something that I have used for a few years now, and it is just definitely one of my favorites for warmer weather where my skin still needs moisture. I have combination skin leaning on the dry side. I crave moisture, but I don't necessarily crave weight. And especially in hotter or warmer weather, I'm not necessarily craving a lot of richness on my skin. And that's exactly what this cream does. It balances and moisturizes my skin. It's got a nice amount of occlusivity to fight dehydration, but it's not heavy. It's not overwhelming. And it has this really beautiful finish to it. So the texture here, it is kind of looking like sort of a stiff cream at first. And sometimes I find like I need to warm this up slightly between my fingers. And then you will notice there's definitely Snail in here because while the serum itself didn't have a ton of that like mozzarella cheese stringy effect to it, this cream definitely does. And it's very entertaining. I enjoy it. But that doesn't translate to tackiness or stickiness on the skin. Don't worry. The finish of this is this beautiful matte finish. No shininess, no greasiness, just a really nice, almost like a satiny matte finish that is almost like a primer effect on the skin. It just instantly makes my pores look more refined. It instantly makes my skin look smoother. I just love the finish of this. And it actually lends itself well if you like to wear makeup on top of your moisturizer. So this is the moisturizer I used today, and I didn't use any primer. My makeup just really went onto my skin really smooth. One of my longtime favorites, really great for combination skin especially, and if you do have dehydration but you don't want thick and heavy creams, this is the one for you. Next, let's talk about the Propolis Vitamin Sleeping Mask. Now, if you've watched my channel, you're probably familiar with this product. I do recommend it quite often, especially as a really great alternative slugging product to Vaseline or Aquaphor. It has a much more pleasing texture while still being able to seal everything in. And it's also something I recommend a lot for gentle brightening on the skin because this mask will make your skin glow. Now, I recommend this for skin types that are normal ideal combination to dry. If you have oily skin, you might still enjoy this, especially as a replacement for your moisturizer, but just know that there is a little bit more moisture here in this product. So the main ingredients here are propolis, which is one of my favorite ingredients. You find it in a lot of Korean skincare products, and it is just so amazing. Not only does it hydrate and moisturize your skin, it's antibacterial, it has wound healing abilities. It is got a lot of skin nutrition, but one of the most famous benefits of propolis is it really makes your skin glow from within, like really healthy, lit from within type of glow. I absolutely love that. But its antibacterial and anti-inflammation benefits also make it wonderful if you do have some breakouts going on, or if your skin is just irritated at the time. Propolis can have that soothing benefit for your skin. Now, the vitamin in the propolis vitamin sleeping mask is referring to vitamin tree extract. Now follow me because this gets kind of confusing. Vitamin tree extract is a name that is found in Korean skincare that is referring to an ingredient called sea buckthorn extract. Now, this is an ingredient you might be familiar with because it is a really fantastic antioxidant. It does help to brighten up the skin. And the reason that it's got a nickname in K-beauty as a vitamin is because it has those brightening antioxidant effects like vitamin C. Is it like a direct replacement? No, not at all. But it does have kind of that similar sort of glow and benefit for your skin like vitamin C. So it does have that nickname, but you're not usually going to see sea buckthorn on the ingredients list. You're going to see hypopharaminoids on the ingredients list. So it's kind of a complicated ingredient, but what you need to know is it's fantastic for brightening the skin. And that's exactly what this mask does. There's some niacinamide in here as well to kind of amp up the glow. But I remember the very first time I used this at night or went to bed, I woke up the next morning and I was like, hey, I see it. I see the glow. This is amazing. It's got a good amount of occlusivity to it. You can see it's got that hydration, that moisture factor to it, but then it just dries down into this really nice kind of seal it in, but not like seal it off kind of quality. It's not like you can't breathe with this on. It doesn't feel overwhelming, but it just really nicely like tucks in all your skincare at night. It's a really wonderful alternative to Vaseline and Aquaphor. If those products are just too thick and heavy for you, you get the same benefits in a lighter texture, but with some additional glow benefits too. Thank you so much to iUNIK for sponsoring today's video. All the products that I talked about today are in the description box for you for easy browsing. If you want to purchase anything or bookmark it for later, it's all in the description box. I want to know, do you have a favorite product from iUNIK? Let me know in the comments. Now, if this video was helpful for you and you're not subscribed to my channel, please, I'd be so honored if you just take a moment to hit subscribe before you take off. I do release a lot of new skincare videos like this one. I focus a lot on Korean skincare products, and I do a lot of videos throughout the week, and I also do shorts, so maybe consider turning on notifications so you can always get your skincare fix throughout the week. I love you so much. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.